Hi there, YouTube. This is Gary Friend, and I am usually the one that's on the other side of the camera. However, today I'm going to be telling you my testimony because that's what I'm doing today. Jesus line is it. Well, it's all started out with I did not grow up in church. And sometimes in my early childhood, my grandma would drag me into church, but I was always miserable. I was like, it was just basically a place to daydream and then afterwards get a drink or two, and I hated it. So I go the next probably like 6 years without even looking at a church. And in the 8th grade, it was JD. He was like, "Oh, I'm in this really cool band. We jump all over the place and everything. You should come see us play." So I'm like, okay. So I go with him, and I'm like, I didn't know we were going to church. So I go to church with them, despite the fact that I didn't want to go to church. And I watch him. I hang out with JD and all his friends, sort of, mainly just JD. But I hang out with them, and I'm like, this is a good hangout spot. I think I'll do this again. And so I kept going. And it was just a hangout spot for the longest time. Like almost 2 years, it was a hangout spot. And shortly after I started going to church, that's when I was a bad boy. I mean, I wasn't too bad. It was, most of it was just what came out of my mouth. But it was still really bad. And so we go on until about sophomore year. About halfway through it, they decided to take communion at the youth service. And they're like, don't come up here unless you've accepted Christ. And I just sit there for like an hour debating if I had accepted Christ. So I go into the other room to talk to Sam and JD. I think Andrew was there too. And we talked about it. And then within about 10 minutes, I accepted Christ. Of course, when I walked out, communion was over, church was over, but I accepted Christ. And I have improved a lot since that day. I improved between starting church and accepting Christ, but I've improved a lot since that day. And so that's why I'm here now, because I went through very little, accepted Christ, and now I notice what's wrong, my pride, my thoughts, my words, that I realize what I need to fix. So I've been working on that, and well,